The symptoms of cervical spondylosis and natural treatments. Cervical spondylosis, or osteoarthritis of the neck, can have many different causes. However, it is a very common process associated with aging. The spinal column is an amazingly complex structure. Vertebrae are formed by a collection of delicate bones. The balance and strength of these bones are directly impacted by bad posture, intense or asymmetrical movements, and the simple passing of time. As cervical spondylosis becomes more present in your life, the pain can reach all the way to your arms and legs. If this is your case, you should speak with a doctor and a good physical therapist to incorporate new strategies into your daily life. As for us, we suggest you educate yourself on this musculoskeletal condition and the natural treatments associated with this problem. After all, it's one of the most common conditions among older adults. Cervical spondylosis, what it is and what it looks like. Cervical spondylosis is a form of arthritis that affects the vertebrae of the neck. This is a degeneration of the neck joints that tends to make its imperceptible entrance at 40 years old and presents more intense symptoms around 60. However, children and young adults with arthritis sometimes also have a similar condition. Causes. As strange as it may seem, cervical spondylosis doesn't originate in the wearing down of the vertebrae or cartilage in the neck area. The root of the problem comes from the degeneration of the inner fibrous membrane of the joints. These joints lose elasticity when they lack water to hydrate them and keep them strong and flexible. Then, the lack of moisture causes a collapse in the inner part of the joint. When pressure builds up, the joints break down and rub against each other. Naturally, this causes pain, inflammation, and a stiff neck that sometimes comes with dizziness and nausea. If the cervical spondylosis becomes chronic, a bump or osteophyte can appear. This growth presses on the space where nerves are located, thus intensifying the pain. Symptoms. Here are some of the most common symptoms of cervical spondylosis. Obviously, the most apparent symptom is neck pain and stiffness. Driving, reading, or hunching while texting can lead to a crick in your neck or even dizziness. In many cases, the pain extends to the extremities. It's common to experience some numbness and weakness in the arms, hands, and fingers. Another symptom is a headache. In addition, some people even get nauseous and lose their balance. Some may also hear certain internal sounds, as if something were crunching in their neck. Natural treatments. Hot-cold treatment. First of all, a simple way to reduce the pain associated with cervical spondylosis is the use of hot and cold compresses. Compresses should be applied alternately to the neck and the shoulders. Hot compresses improve blood circulation and relax your muscles. Cold compresses, on the other hand, help reduce inflammation and swelling. Please note that if your neck is very inflamed, you should avoid hot compresses. Light exercise, as you are able. Before anything, you should check with your doctor or physical therapist. However, it's necessary to keep your spinal column moving, and this area around the neck and shoulders in particular. Walking, yoga, and swimming are three of the most appropriate exercises to improve your quality of life when you suffer from cervical spondylosis. Turmeric. In addition, turmeric is a very effective naturally occurring anti-inflammatory. It's very useful for joint pain and to improve blood circulation. Likewise, it is a big help on days when you experience a stiff neck. Sesame seeds. Sesame seeds are rich in calcium, manganese, magnesium, zinc, and copper. If you eat them regularly, you help ensure that your cartilage stays flexible and joint breakdown doesn't progress as quickly. You can add sesame seeds to your salads and even perform self-massages with warm sesame oil. All you have to do is apply the oil to a compress. Then, make circular movements on your neck and shoulders. Apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar has amazing anti-inflammatory properties. Here's how to use it. First, make sure that the apple cider vinegar is organic and unfiltered. It shouldn't be the kind you can buy at grocery stores. Then, dampen a compress or cotton towel with a bit of this natural remedy. Next, apply it to your neck for a few hours twice a day. Overall, these natural remedies are just some added help to relieve your neck pain. However, seeking medical advice is essential to prevent this condition from becoming chronic and affecting your quality of life.